Every now and then, we hear stories that capture the imagination. A humble coin, sitting unnoticed in your pocket change, might just be worth hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars. The penny, America's smallest denomination, often overlooked, dropped on sidewalks, ignored at store counters, and left gathering dust in jars. But what if I told you that the year 2000, Liberty 1-cent coin has become the subject of myths, rumors, and excitement among collectors and everyday people alike? From internet legends about secret minting errors, to verified auction results that have stunned collectors, this modern coin has developed a reputation far greater than its face value. In today's deep dive, we'll explore the fascinating history of the 1-cent coin, uncover the truth about the 2000 Liberty cent, and see how myths and reality intertwine to shape the coin's legacy. Let's begin with the story of America's smallest coin, and why the 2000 Liberty 1 cent is more than meets the eye. The 1-cent coin is a cornerstone of American currency. First minted in 1793, it has survived wars, recessions, and redesigns, outlasting countless other coins that disappeared from circulation. Early cents were much larger, nearly the size of today's half-dollar, and made of pure copper. Over the centuries, the cent has transformed, from the flowing hair design of the 1790s, to the iconic wheat penny introduced in 1909 for the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. In fact, the Lincoln cent has been in continuous production longer than any other U.S. coin design. By the year 2000, the design was well into its 9th decade. On the obverse, Lincoln's bust remained prominent, designed by Victor David Brenner back in 1909. On the reverse, however, the wheat ears had long been replaced. Since 1959, the Lincoln Memorial graced the back of the coin, commemorating the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The cent has also mirrored changes in American industry. Its metal composition has shifted over time, from pure copper to bronze, and eventually to the modern copper-plated zinc introduced in 1982. By the time the year 2000 rolled around, every cent struck was 97.5% zinc, coated with a thin layer of copper for appearance. Let's turn to the coin at the center of our story, the 2000 Liberty 1-cent coin. First, a quick clarification. Although collectors sometimes refer to it as the Liberty cent, the coin actually depicts President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the word Liberty prominently displayed to his left. Above him is the motto "In God We Trust," while the date, 2000, sits neatly on the right. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparro. If you look closely with a magnifying glass, you can even see the tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, an incredible detail that demonstrates the skill of the engravers. This coin was minted in huge numbers. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 5.5 billion pieces in 2000, while the Denver Mint produced more than 8.7 billion. Add in proofs from the San Francisco Mint, and you have a combined mintage of over 14 billion coins. With so many minted, you might wonder, how could any of these coins possibly be valuable? Here's where things get interesting. Search the internet, and you'll find claims that a 2000 penny could be worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. Some of these stories are based on truth, rare errors, or high-grade coins really can fetch big money, but others are simply myths, fueled by viral posts, sensational headlines, or misunderstandings about coin collecting. Let's break down the most common myths surrounding the 2000 Liberty cent. 1. The floating roof. Error. Some 2000 pennies appear to show the roof of the Lincoln Memorial floating above the columns, detached from the structure. This is caused by die wear, not intentional design, but collectors still prize clean examples. 2. Wide AM versus close AM. On the reverse of the Lincoln Memorial cent, the letters E and M in the word America can appear either close together or widely spaced. In 2000, the normal circulation strike is the close AM variety. However, some rare coins were accidentally struck with the wide AM design intended for proofs. These 2000 wide AM cents can be worth hundreds, even in circulated condition. 3. Doubled dies. Rumors abound of doubled die 2000 cents. where letters or numbers appear doubled due to a die error. While some minor doubled dies exist, dramatic examples are rare, and many supposed doubles are simply the result of machine doubling, which has little to no added value. 4. The copper myth. Some believe that 2,000 pennies were struck in pure copper, like pre-1982 cents. In reality, all 2,000 cents are zinc-based, unless a rare off-metal error occurred. Such off-metal strikes are extremely rare and highly collectible. 5. The million-dollar penny? Internet clickbait often claims that an ordinary 2,000 penny is worth $1 million, while certain rare varieties and errors are valuable. No standard 2,000 penny comes anywhere close to that price. To understand why certain 2,000 pennies can be valuable, we need to look at how coins are made. Modern minting involves massive presses striking blank planchets with engraved dies. Each die pair may strike hundreds of thousands of coins before being replaced. Over time, dies wear down, leading to weak details, misalignments, and varieties such as the famous floating roof. Errors can occur when dies are mismatched, planchets are wrong, or presses misfire. These mistakes, though rare, create the oddities that collectors chase. For the year 2000, the most important error to watch for is the wide AM variety. Proof dies with a wider spacing between the A and M were mistakenly used for circulation coins at the Philadelphia Mint. This wasn't the first time. The same mix-up occurred in 1998 and 1999. Collectors now eagerly check their pocket change for these scarce varieties. Now to the big question: how much are 2,000 Liberty 1-cent coins actually worth today? 4 ordinary, circulated examples. The answer is simple: 1 cent. Even uncirculated coins from rolls or bags usually sell for just a few cents to $1. But rare varieties change everything. A 2,000 wide AM penny, in average circulated condition. These can sell for $100 to $250. In high uncirculated grades, prices jump. A Mint State 66 red example has sold at auction for over $5,000. A proof errors, certain. 2,000 proof cents from San Francisco. With striking errors or dramatic, doubled dies can reach hundreds of dollars. A high-grade regular strikes, even without errors. Some perfectly preserved coins graded MS-68 have sold for $500 to $1,000, simply because of their exceptional condition. Off-metal strikes, extremely rare. 2,000 pennies struck on dime or foreign coin planchets have surfaced. These command thousands at auction, though they are seldom seen. So while most 2,000 pennies remain worth face value, the rare varieties can fetch significant sums, especially if authenticated and graded by professional services. The penny has long been a symbol of both nostalgia and controversy in American culture. On one hand, it features one of the nation's most beloved presidents. On the other, many argue it costs more to make than it's worth, and question whether it should even remain in circulation. By 2000, the debate was already heating up. The cost of producing a penny had risen close to, or even above, its 1 cent value. Yet for collectors, pennies remain a gateway into the hobby. Almost everyone remembers searching through change for wheat cents or shiny new issues. The 2000 cent, with its myths and varieties, continues that tradition. It proves that even a coin struck in the billions can hide treasures worth hunting. If you're curious about your own 2,000 pennies, here's what to look for. 1. Check the AM. Grab a magnifying glass and inspect the spacing between the A and M in America. If it's wide, you've struck gold, or at least copper-plated zinc. 2. Examine the roof. Look closely at the Lincoln Memorial roof. If it seems disconnected, you might have a floating roof variety, collectible though less valuable. 3. Look for doubling. Study the date and letters for signs of doubling. Be careful, though, true doubled dies are rare, while machine doubling is common and worth little. 4. Condition matters. Even common coins can gain value if they're in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins with full red luster are especially prized. 5. Get it graded. If you believe you've found something special, consider submitting it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. A professional Grade can make a huge difference at auction. The 2000 Liberty 1-cent coin is a perfect example of how myths, rumors, and reality collide in the world of coin collecting. Yes, most of these coins are worth only a penny, but a small fraction, thanks to minting errors, varieties, or extraordinary condition, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. What makes the story of the 2000 cents so fascinating is not just its value, but what it represents, the thrill of discovery. The idea that a simple coin, passed from hand to hand, could hold a hidden story and hidden worth. So the next time you find a penny on the ground, or in your change, remember, sometimes the smallest treasures hide in plain sight. And who knows, your 2000 Liberty cent might just be one of the lucky ones. This has been the story of the 2000 Liberty 1-cent coin, its myths, its history, and its real-world value. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep the history of coins alive.